What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know the vibes. Central High Creators here as always. Taking 3 vibes to Jet. We got Ohio Keys in the building. And today we got nobody other than Mr. Prometheus Wade in the building with us today, y'all. Yes, sir. Give me a round of applause. Yeah, it's a pleasure having you in the studio with us, man. Appreciate that time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, first things first, I know y'all already see the merchandise sitting right here in the shop with us today, so we got a different situation. Talk to us about the merchandise, man. What's going on today?
Yeah, so the Cut Records, it's off of West Broad Street on the hilltop across from Third Way Cafe. I'm all about, local branding. And my bro Zerg over there, the owner / DJ, got fire merch. And then my bro Stash, he did the pants and he did the Cut Records logo over there too. The shirt, the hoodies. You should go cop those when you go over there. And this jacket I'm rocking got my name on it, Prometheus Wade. You can't really see it too much. On the back it got like the Holy Roman Empire eagle.
Okay.
I think it's dope. But yeah, Stash, he a heavy b-boy in the city, a muralist. And I was like, make me some Greek mythology like pants. And so he got the crazy design with my name on it too. So yeah, they all one-on-ones. We dropping a clothing line at the end of January. So whatever customs you want, they're all gonna be one-on-one pieces. So nobody gonna have what you have, basically.
Word. Okay. Now, how you end up getting in that space? We know we got you in here for the music talent today, but how you get into that space with the exclusive clothing?
Yeah, so for real, Basquiat. That's like my favorite artist of all time, and so members only. Like he got a lot of those pieces, members only pieces, and I would just rock it. And then my students would be like, "Yo, where you get that?" I got it from Marshalls. It's members only. And so I just took the members only and ran with it for real. It was like, well, one-on-one. Let's just get some one-on-one pieces.
Yes, sir.
And instead of me dropping like $400 for an Anthony Clark Thomas like trench coat or something, I was like, well, my homie could make me something that could be worth $400, and then we just start flipping and selling. So
simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay, just the entrepreneur mindset then basically sent you that way. All right, now do you have like a certain style you like to go with when it comes to the custom clothes? Like, is there something that you tend to like have to put on your stuff that you might not see on some of the other custom stuff y'all make?
Yeah, so there's a couple of trench coats that I had that I gave away, but it kind of like was a spin on the Anthony Clark Thomas trench coat painting that Basquiat did.
Okay.
And so it looked like a crazy Majin Buu type figure. I looked like a Greek mythological monster. It got shoes on it and stuff that he made, and then like you see the pants, you see a trident. You might see like Kraken right there with the eyes, and so got a Greek mythological twist on it that most likely no other clothing brand would have.
Okay.
So that still keeps the Prometheus Wade name like, stink.
I got it. All right. Now, again, I said we got him here for the music talent today. This gentleman is a music artist, poet. You also big on the spoken word. I don't know, I like to separate that. I feel like that's a little difference.
Yeah.
And then also to a singer on top of everything else as well. So first things first, I would like to know is, what do you specialize in? Which one do you feel like you like doing the most? Because you got an arsenal. So which bag you like to be in the most or find yourself in the most?
So as far as like the freestyle performance side of things go, it's funny, Jeremiah always be like, bro, it's like you ascended. And my bro Woo would be like, you could just snap and go Ultra Instinct just like that. So instead of me building to the singing, I might out the gate just start singing, and people like, oh, I thought he was a rapper. And then I'll switch to the bars, and they'll be like, oh, I'm confused. What are we about to get next? And so a lot of times I freestyle my set because my business specializes in freestyle rap therapy. That's what I teach to my students in their schools. I'm in the JDC on Saturdays, Juvenile Detention Center, and I just teach people whatever's on your heart, just transmute that in a way that can really affect the audience. So you can write it, because traditionally a freestyle is just that, free of structure. You can just write whatever. It doesn't have to have any subject matter necessarily.
Yeah. But
when you get to a level of mastery, I feel like you can have subject matter and still keep it a freestyle. Like if you ever seen Sue Surf's I-95 freestyle he did, insane. Pure subject matter. Talk about the streets, being locked up, lawyer. What'd he say? He said, I hit my lawyer with a retainer, like he had straight teeth or something like that. You feel me? So it's like, you can still keep the subject matter in there and pure, but still be yourself in the freestyle. So I feel like I just switch from singing to rap and singing to rap. Whatever gets them on their toes.
I feel it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite emotion you like to put into your music?
I think the pain and sadness. Because like, so a lot of times, so my first project I ever dropped was called Deftones. And my bro Raiden Labs, he like produced the whole thing, all the beats and stuff on there. And I don't know if y'all know who Ness Words is. Yeah. So I made, like, the moment I got the text, I was on a construction site. I working in my boss's crib, and then Raiden text me, is like, I don't know if you know, but I figured, like, you should know. Ness passed.
Okay.
And I dropped the shovel, started crying, told my boss, he's like, go home for the day. I'm like, that. And then Raiden hit me up, be like, yo, I just made a beat if you want to hear it. And so I hop in the whip, be like, you know, play me the beat. Because I'm like, I need to go to the studio and record ASAP to get my emotions out there. He played the beat, I started freestyling. And we just named it Ness Words Tribute, get to the crib, record it. Just like that, one take freestyle. And that's where I was like, okay, there's something here. This is like more raw than the stuff I write. And I want to like really mold and shape that and figure out how to cultivate it. So I say like the pain and the sadness.
Okay.
So the first question I have for you is, what's your story and what made you get into music?
Well, I say like, so from the west side, Riverside, Bradley to be exact. If you go over there now, close to Dodge Park, they have these condominiums. You know, it's called River and Rich now, so it's gentrified. And so when I first used to go over there, I used to be like, I would cry because I'm like, they don't know the bullet holes and the stories that go over here. It's just dolled up, and now you got an art gallery, you got a coffee shop, all of that. So I'm like, they don't really know the story. So growing up on the west side, seeing a lot of my friends die, and like drive-bys and stuff like that in the song, like, you know, with gunshots or a lullaby. That's real. I don't know about y'all, but trauma's so real to where if I ain't hearing the bullets like hit the trash can, or if I ain't hearing gunshots at night, I can't go to sleep. My mama, why can't you go to sleep? I'm like, they didn't start shooting you. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, I'm like probably 7 years old. My mom looking at me like, what did you just say? I'm like, they didn't start shooting, so I can't go to sleep. So those like really was like a lullaby for me. And growing up, my brother always just put me on the Nas, you know, Outkast, of course, Andre 3000, but most importantly, Lupe Fiasco. So Lupe and Black Thought from the Roots really were like two MCs who shaped my mind. And was like, oh, they read books? They put books in raps? All right, bet. So I was a heavy reader growing up. I was reading like the Odyssey, like the Iliad, and all that. Like, you feel me? Yeah, it's like in seventh grade, I was reading stuff like that. I was reading War and Peace, because at the library I had like $200 worth of fines. You feel me? So there's like, you could read it down. So I was at the library almost every day just reading War and Peace, Self-Reliance by Thomas Paine. A couple other things. And then of course Percy Jackson, the Olympics. So if you were to ask me how I got my name, that's really what it is. It's like Prometheus Wade is just a ghetto Percy Jackson from the hood. You know, coming to life. It's a character. That's what Prometheus Wade is. So yeah, my brother got me the music. The West Side shaped my music and what I talk about. Yeah.
We're out on the West Side. What can you tell us about the West Side that really? I mean, I know you said some trauma along the way, but you know, what about the West Side really helped mold you into the man you are?
Got you. So I got this thing I'm working on with my bro Stash called the Riverside Renaissance, and it's kind of like a spinoff on the hood as well as the Harlem Renaissance. And so Riverside, like River and Rich in the Franklinton Arts District, it's had a renaissance, but it was more hipster and gentrified driven. You feel me? That was like, well, let's make this place look better and vibrant. But now I feel like on the West is becoming the epicenter of change. And so you got like Lincoln Cafe, Uppercut, Delphi Bank on the East Side. And that's like, when I was walking over, I'm like, it's like Black Wall Street, like, whoa. But as far as the West is concerned, like I said, the Cut Records. Like the Cut Records, in my opinion, like Rich Street Records is dope, but the Cut is on a level that I haven't seen any other record stores. We had one of the first hip hop, like, you know, MC events there for the culture. where it was me, Jay Carey, Tim Twice, like heavy MCs and producers over there. Keto was over there. You feel me? Like a lot of people was over there bringing change in that place.
Okay.
And then I started at the spot called Bottoms Up. It's a black-owned coffee shop on the Cypress in West Broad. And just doing shows over there and just seeing the culture come to light, come there. I'm like, man, the West really got something for it. And the youth, like, I'm also a youth pastor.
Okay.
And so being on the West Side and working at a place called City Life for a number amount of years and seeing the youth die. Like, been to a lot of funerals for the youth, specifically drive-bys, gang-related stuff, suicide, just a lot of that. So that, like, being on the West Side and seeing this, I'm like, well, they need light and hope in a dark place. And I feel like music over there really was shaping them in a negative way. So I wanted to use my music to shape them in a positive way.
That's fire.
So I feel like that's how the West really shaped me.
You found your purpose out there on the West.
Yeah.
That's fire. Now, you had a pretty crazy 2024 run from what I can see. It looks like you dropped 3 projects, a couple of EPs, and an album.
Yeah.
You got The Heart of the Pensman, Top 2, the Epic of Prometheus, and Tales of the Pensman.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to us about what was your favorite project from the year, and did you have any memorable performances to go along with the new work?
That's a great question. They all was shaped by pain. I feel like the Epic of Prometheus was my ode to Homer.
Okay.
And the Odyssey. I feel like that's my Iliad so far. The Epic of Prometheus. A lot of people might be like, bro, there ain't really no songs on here. And I'm like, that's the point. It's an epic. You know, it's supposed to be long. And my favorite one off of that has to be, you know, the name title of the song, The Epic of Prometheus. Because people don't know those are 2 freestyles in one. So I recorded one freestyle that was 8 minutes. And then I recorded another freestyle that was 8 minutes. And so the one who made the beat, Anthony Banks, that's my guy. It's like fire. But then the dude who mixed and mastered it is my bro Isaiah Hendricks, called Isaiah the Younger. He actually mixed and mastered that whole album, the Epic of Prometheus. And he layered it in such a way that it sounds like I'm warm between 2 of my minds. And so you got one freestyle that's above and one underneath, but it's layered in a way that one's talking to the other. But people might not know that because they're like, is he freestyling? I don't know. Like when I played it for Grant Gatsby, he's like, bro, that was insane. I don't even know what that was. Like I don't know what to call it. So that might be my favorite body of work in itself for an album, is that one. But I'd say the Tales of the Pensman, the first one, Slim Karate did all of that. There's just something amazing about that because Jeremiah called me. He was like, bro, I want you to hop on the song. So I do a song with him called Earth 614, which is like Earth's Mightiest MCs is what it was. And that was dope. Then after I recorded that, Slim was like, yo, we should do a project together. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And he started feeding me beats. And I just started penning in the basement. Like I ain't never penned before, and his beats brought something out of me that was so real and so transparent.
Yeah.
To where I was like, I can't deny my emotions. Like, you know, listening to these beats.
Yeah.
So the Tales of the Pensman is probably my favorite overall this year.
Okay.
Just because of the chemistry that me and Slim had.
Seems like that's somebody we need to catch up with, Slim Karate, because Jeremiah dropped a project with him as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely got to catch up with him. That's a producer that's making some waves out here. Now, what about his sound too? Because I'm not really too hip, you know, outside of the projects I've seen you guys put together in Jeremiah. So what about him makes him unique on the Columbus tip for producers?
So he said he wanted to kind of emulate, you know, Conductor for Griselda and give you that gritty, grimy feel because he feel like Columbus didn't really have that. He feel like too many MCs was being like clean and artistic in a way that wasn't authentic. And so when me and Jeremiah hopped on his beats, he just was like, bro, there's just something you got. Like, I don't know what it is. I was like, yeah, same with you with the beats. Like, so when you listen to it, like, The Descendants Ascension, when you listen to that, that's like an ode to Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
That's what that is.
All
like
right.
my Dante's Inferno. And you just hear the beat, and he's like, yeah, bro, I wanted to give it the Hades feel, and I feel like you'd be perfect for it. And so it's taking me into the depths of hell in my soul, and I'm just penning whatever come to mind. I'm just penning it, and then it just came together beautifully. And then his sound bites is fire. Like, you got Minister Farrakhan on something, I forget which one it was, and then he got, I think it's Honorable Elijah Muhammad on Earth 614. I think that's him who's talking. But yeah, he just know what to do. He listens to your mind and your schemes and your subject matter. He was like, I know exactly what goes there. I know what goes there.
Yeah, you gotta love producers like that.
Beautiful marriage, bro. For real, beautiful marriage.
That's tough. Talk about memorable performances from this year. Do you have any shows you did that really stood out?
I probably performed over 50 times. I ain't even hold you.
Really?
It felt like it.
I saw most recently you were at
Dallas, right?
was a coffee spot too. Was that at the Dallas?
Was
a coffee spot
that was with Kirk.
Yeah.
That's what, Mission Coffee.
Yeah, that was this month.
Shout out to Mission Coffee.
Yeah.
So December 6th, I was at the Rehab Tavern closing out the year. That was supposed to be my last show. And reason being is because it was like a homecoming for me, Jeremiah, Woo, and Food. TP1 is Woo's MC name, and Young Food. That's where we all met, was at the tavern when I was like 21, 22. So that's like 10 years ago, you feel me? And so it was just a beautiful merger of being like, yo, Grant said we could come back. You feel me? So let's make it, memorable.
Yeah.
And everybody killed it. It was fire sets. It was a great show. That was probably what really sticks out in memory-wise for me. Is probably like the best performance. Is that one. But I'd say two other ones was where me and Kirk, the Underground Out Loud Festival, which was partnered with the 934 Festival at the Gallery. Me and Kirk Diggler, it's my guy. We both in a group called Breath of Fresh Air. Big homie Jay Carey. And we recorded a live freestyle album at the Dallas, at that show, at that festival.
Really?
Yeah.
Live
joint. Yeah.
Okay. That's hard.
It's on my bro RIP's IG. You go to his page, so you follow him. Somewhere in there, got a Basquiat jacket on and a bucket hat, and we performing to it. It's crazy. All like the majority of his new beats. Kirk got this insane freestyle beat.
How many tracks? How many y'all do?
I think we did about 7.
Okay.
I think is what it was, 7.
You got free concept.
But a specific beat, it's like a cypher freestyle beat. It's a Street Fighter beat. Yeah. From like Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
It's insane, bro.
Just off that, it sounds tough.
And the beat is insane, man. Yeah. I think it's based off of when Ken and Ryu are fighting M. Bison on the mountain. I think is what it is.
Okay.
I think that's the whole. Yeah, it's crazy.
Gotta peep that.
But every show I'd say that was the most memorable was me and Kirk. Just because like he did something crazy at the Master MC's 3, which is a series that Terry did. He started up over there at the Dallas, which is fire. So it's Alfred Banks, Ibri Allo, Jay Carey, and me. And then, like I said, I felt like being on stage with a Grammy-nominated human, Alfred Banks, probably about to be Grammy Award winning next year or something. Because they just dropped, him and his group just dropped albums. It's crazy. It was like, I felt like a kid. Like, all right, I got my sensei here, I got the GOAT Ibri here, and you got Alfred Banks here. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm on this thing. But we about to see how I get in where I fit in. Yeah. And then I go on. And I just like close my eyes, for real. I sing this song called God's Lullaby. That's off of the Speeches of Prometheus. It's the last song on there. Acapella. I'm just singing about the West Side. And I was like, oh, I'm home. Like, all right, bet. And then Kirk played the Street Fighter beat right after that. And then me and him just do the fusion dance and we just get to it. Okay. And then I just left my heart on the stage and it just felt like I did my job.
Now, we actually got hip to you through Kirk Park. Can you talk about the relationship with him and, like, have you guys been, making music together? Like, what exactly is the relationship with you guys?
Okay. So me and Kirk have been, I think Kirk was the last installment of Breath of Fresh Air. So I've been a part of Breath of Fresh Air since I was 17. Okay. So that's about 15 years. Like, I've known Jay Carey for 15 years. Been like a dad to me, mentor, sensei for sure, all of that. Like, if I get out of pocket or two ahead of myself, I'm always like, yo, and then he'll check me, and I'll listen and be like, you totally right. All right, cool. And then, so Kurt came along. I don't remember exactly when he got into the group, but I know he's like the last member. And then me and Kurt just became super cool. And then now, me and him just do shows together, and I would prefer to do a show with him than anybody else. Just because of the chemistry is amazing. He like an uncle to me.
Okay.
For sure. So, yeah.
Shouts out to Kurt Park. You already know what time it is, bro. So.
Can you talk to us about your Grandma Freestyle?
Oh.
Video?
That joint is fire.
Appreciate
that joint is fire. Was that Slim Karate?
Nah.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all know who Gabriel Day is?
I'm not here.
Okay, so Gabriel Day, he is a Christian hip hop artist.
Okay.
He's insane. If y'all hip to the Kingdom Image Awards, he's won, I feel like, for the past 4 or 5 years, hip hop artist of the year. Like,
really?
From here in Columbus?
Nah, he's from New York, but he is in here. Like, he's here in Columbus now.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's also like a youth pastor.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. He goes to
Hope City.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, that's the.
I've heard of Hope City too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That.
Okay.
He's incredible.
For real.
For real, bro.
It really is.
Well, I say that to say, a dude who DJs for him, who also the homie, King Towns. He is the engineer, the house engineer over at Linden Rec, at the community center at Linden. And so me and him linked up when me and my homie Eric Rollins, y'all know what that is? OG Players.
I'm about to say, he calling out you know you a vet out
Mr.
here.
No, my bad. I'm just like OG Players, Mr. Anderson. I'm just saying these names in case I'm like, I know who that is too.
Yeah, I feel it.
So me and Eric Rollins, he the whole reason I'm in school is doing what I'm doing now, Freestyle Rap Therapy. Shout out to E. He is legendary. We had this thing called the Sounds of Linden, due to Taylor Gray, like setting that up. And so we were at the Sounds of Linden for I think 8 weeks is what we did. And so we had some students sign up, and we did a songwriting class with them. My session, it was insane. It was amazing. And you know, we met a King Towns, and then he just playing stuff. I'm like, bro, we should do something together. So one of these days, I just slide over there, and then he wanted to do a quick little freestyle EP. Is what he wanted to do. So he just played beat our freestyle to it. So there's a couple he did, but I think that sample is the oh man, I forget what the sample is, but the sample is insane for Grandma's freestyle. So he played the sample, and then I think the stylistics is what it is. And then we just get to chopping it.
Yeah.
And then I do one take, and you're like, that was fire. Do another. I'm like, all right, I do another. And he's like, how you feeling? You want to keep that subject matter? You want to mix the two, or what you want to do? I was like, give me a third. And so I take some of the freestyles I did from the first and the second. I just memorized it, and then put it together, and then that's how that was.
That joint fire too.
Yeah. And then at my wife, her great aunt had passed, and so we go to Maslin, and you know they're with the family and everything. And then my brother-in-law, her brother, he's insanely talented. Shout out to Sav. Savvy shot it, like sniped by Savvy. Like he's insane. Savvy Poet. So he overheard me and his sister talking. My wife's older sister, and her name is Essence of Hip Hop. So she like is rapping. I'm like, I'll play you something. She's like, yeah. So we in the car, and I play the song, and then he over here like, who did that? Who mixed and mastered that? You need him. And I was like, that's King from Linden. He's like, King know what he's doing. Stick with King. I'm like, all right. And so he wanted to do a mic drop video. And so we do the mic drop video by the creek. And that's how the whole video came to be. And he got so many of that. His platform, I believe, is like the Jungle is what it is, his platform.
Y'all say YouTube was it not Jungle Life? It was Jungle something.
Yeah.
I saw it on there.
Yeah.
I saw it on there.
And so he know what he doing. And he getting nicer and nicer and nicer.
Okay. I can tell though, based off that video, I was like, this is some heat right here.
Yeah, he did the whole thing, like editing all of that. He did the whole thing.
Now, have you dropped any other music videos this year, or was that the one you one-off for this year?
I think that was a one-off for this year. My main videos consist of Matthias, Maddie with the films, Maddie with the cams. He the one who shot for the Culture at the Cut Records. So if you go to his YouTube channel, you'll see me on that one, the comp video, and then the one at the Dallas that I did for the Master of Emcee Street. He did that one too. So, which is dope, cause like I think all three of those is like at 200 views for real, and he really is doing his thing and killing it for real.
Nice.
And GSO, like shout out to her, she didn't want to make videos, she killed it too. So.
Now, side note, what you think about the Dallas? I really like what they're doing over there, man. They got, I feel like that's like a pocket in Columbus right now that's got a ton of creativity just flowing out of there. I've been over there for some fashion shows.
Yeah.
You know, they got the art gallery and stuff throughout the building. Met some painters over there. I mean, a lot of creative juices flowing over there. How often do you go over there and like work with them in that space?
Well, Jay's a member, Kirk is a member, so they're like I said, those two really like locked in with, and Terry locked in with that man now too. And then R.I.P. Rip locked in with him, so that's like family for real.
Okay.
And they'd asked me to be a member. I chopped it up with wife, and she's like, not yet, but we'll make it happen. Eventually, so that really is like not even Harlem, like the Harlem Renaissance. That's just a whole nother level. Of Renaissance worthy people, material that they producing.
Very true.
That's a legendary spot, bro. Like,
it really is.
Be over there. They had, who was it? DJ. Mixed Master Ice. Yeah, bro. And I was hit to the group and everything, and Roxanne, I was hit. But then Jay was like, nah, bro, like that's who that is. And it didn't really compute, so I looked him up and was like, oh, he really is like a legend in the Rock and Roll Hall of Oh, this is he here? Like what? And then they talked about Shake, how Shake, like I think they say he could have battled or almost battled DMX or something like that, or did battle DMX. Yeah, you feel me? So just like all that legendary, BHB was there. That's your aunt. That's my sensei too. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, BHB was there. Like, oh, which bro who could have been signed to Death Row? I think it's could have been Death Row. Something I forget, bro.
Oh, you talking about D-Mac Clown?
The skater.
Oh, the Dove.
Yeah, the Dove. Yeah. Like, Jay just was giving me game by everybody in there. Like, yeah, bro, this is where you at, is where you need to be.
Yeah, all that, Columbus legends, that's the spot. Kind of like, are you originally from? Yeah, you originally from Columbus. Like, how you used to have the Sugar Shack back in the day.
Yeah, the Sugar Shack.
Copyright and all that used to be.
Copy. Get my battle in. But yeah.
Is there any Columbus artists that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Or producers?
Oh, man. I'm trying to work with Tim Twice. That's my guy. I would love to do something with him for sure.
So Tim Twice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Jay did something together.
Have you worked with AU?
I hit him up and he told me his price and all that, but I ain't worked with him yet.
Okay. Yeah, gotta be a crazy collab. He can cook up.
Like I would love to work with him. Yeah. I would love to perform. I don't even know do a song, just perform with COC because we always on the Mickey Facts. That actually, if I'm keeping it a bug, that might be my favorite show, just because of the name and like who was on it. That was a fire. That was in July. We did that. Did that show at Victory. Jay set it up.
It was telling us about that because they doing another one with Mickey Facts, Corey Vans.
Look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't wait till next year. For sure.
COC will be there.
For sure.
Yeah, so like Coast City did this thing on that one. I knew of him, but I never seen him perform or heard him rap. And so I'm seeing this dude, and let me see how far this mic stretch. So he get off stage and he just like working the crowd. Then he just like posing for the camera. Shout out to Andy, who shot the video for that. And I'm like, this dude nice. He nice. So I would just let it be on stage with him again. Not even like really do a song with him, just be on stage with him. Because he's electrifying when he performs. And then of course my brother, man, like he annoying, busiest man I know, Trig.
Trig, no.
Texting 24/7 like,
yes,
yo, when we working, bro.
Yes, sir.
The rapture gonna happen soon. When we working.
Yeah, man.
I love to work with Trig. Bizzo too.
Yeah. Shouts out to Bizzo. Y'all know what's going on.
Try to catch a body with this John Sprees, man. See what he really like in the booth for real.
We gotta set it up.
Have you worked with J. Ross?
That's another annoying man, too. I just seen him at the cut like last week.
Right.
I haven't worked with Ross yet. Nah, I would love to work with Ross and Nova.
Oh, yeah,
Like Nova, my brother, and we ain't did a song. He the one who produced Hermes and Apollo.
Okay.
Like the majority of the beats on there is his, and the other two is Kirk. But yeah, so like Nova and Trig, who I really want to do some songs with.
Let's make it happen, man. You know what I'm saying? We need this Columbus greatness to link up. You know, so in 2025, I feel like we got a big landscape for collabs and like forward movement we can make as creative artists.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta be willing to link up, put in the work, baby. That's it, man. These tracks ain't gonna make themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who was some of the Columbus artists like growing up that you was like paying attention to? Like for me, it's like Flying, Copyright.
That was a Spirit.
Spirit, Necessary,
You know, I never heard of Copy until I turned like when I was about to battle on Who's Hot. So I was like 21, 22.
Oh man, I forgot about Who's Hot.
Yeah. Cause C10, that's another person I ain't gonna do a track on. I wanna just body him and about. I feel like, yeah, cause C10 posted something.
That was nice too. Wise all of them.
Yeah. On Facebook, and it was this white dude in his shopping cart at Walmart, and he was like, "Man, Copyright is so dope." I was like, "I've heard of that name before, but I don't know who." And then I seen him, I'm like, "Oh, this is who people be talking about." Got you. Yeah, got you. So I'm like, all right, okay. Cause I heard of Jakai, the Motor Mouth, before I even knew who Copy was, because of God versus Satan, and so I was hip to who that was. And then I heard about the whole entire like group, megahertz and all of that. I was like, all right, that's dope. But really, it's a lot of Christian music, bro. Like hip hop, like Taylor Gray, that's my guy. We need to do a song together. So I heard of Taylor, Christian Gray's brother. There wasn't too many local people. Like I didn't know Trig rap until me and Nova became like brothers. And then Nova invited me to a show, and I see Trig there at what's it called, the Summit. I think it was for the Knock 5. I'm like, Trig, what you about to dance on stage? Because me and my cousin Trig, like we always hung out, and so I knew Trig as a dancer. I never knew he made music at all.
Okay.
And so he like, I'm like, you about to sing? I know you ain't about to rap, bro. I know you don't rap. And he's like, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go rap. I was like, you can't rap. Why are you about to be on stage? You can't rap. Man, get on stage. I was like,
Killed me.
stand corrected, bro. He did something like arm, leg. He did a dance move. I was like, this man is nice. He fired. So I really wasn't hip to too much Columbus music, besides the Christian hip hop going on. For real. So if anything, I'd say Taylor and Christian Grey is who I really was like growing up on.
Do you believe Columbus has its own sound?
Oh man, keep asking me that question. I feel like I wasn't on the music thing too much out there to really understand what was going on. I just know the legendary stories of like copyright, you know, Illogic, and then like that's and Blueprint. That's the only really the stories I know about Columbus having its own sound back then. But now I say, yeah, I feel like there's something special that's being created in a way that people could be like, oh, that's the Columbus sound. Like people are formulating their own lanes and coming together. Like the Dallas, you go to the Dallas and you go to one of their performances or shows, there's not too many artists that I can name in the world that sound like them. Like for real. They might like keep certain elements of hip hop alive in a way that honors the greats, but it's still different. And then Trig don't really sound like too many people I know.
Right.
That's true.
Very true.
You feel me? Like
He
Trig,
one of the faces. I think he one of the faces because
for sure. Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I told Jeremiah he sounded like a mix between Rakim and
He got the storyteller voice.
Yeah.
Definitely got it. As soon as I heard him talk, I was like, oh yeah, he sound like he should be rapping.
Yeah, exactly,
Like,
bro.
Every way he answered, it was like, that's a rap. Like he just sound like he just sound like it. Like he got it for real.
He like a mix between Rakim and DMX.
Yeah, I can
Like,
see that.
you feel me?
I can
Like,
see that.
Yeah, like that's.
I can see that.
Nah, there's not too many people who sound like somebody that I can think all the time.
That's a good point though. So we don't have too many like artists who really sound like somebody else that's hot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like most of the time, if somebody like lyrically inclined, you'll associate with Cole, Kendrick, that kind of thing. But like, really, that don't really mean they sound like them. They just be lyrically inclined.
Yeah.
We really don't have people who sound like somebody else. All our people are unique sounders.
Yeah.
Like when Trey dropped Tax Free and I seen the video, I was like, oh, that's Columbus's J. Cole right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of what he stand for.
Exactly.
You feel me? And how he be doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I used to call him.
Mm-hmm. Talk about so like the new school versus the old school. I know you didn't really tap in with the old school too much as you were saying, but from what you do know, some of the artists that you were hit to at the time, compare like what you see from like the older music artists to what you see from the newer cast of artists now. And we right there in the middle, being in the 30s. So what are you seeing from both ends?
That's crazy because me and E are mentoring the next generation. So for instance, like I said, the JVC, when me and E are in there on Saturdays, in my opinion, I will battle anybody in the world for this. No one that I know, and no knock to my homies, is better than these kids.
Some of these kids are super nice.
Like, bro, when you have time on your hands, you locked in, you got time on your hands, and you 14 years old, you produce the greatest music out of pain. Like, there's this kid who he no longer in there, and he kept singing this song like, what's time to a demon? What's a demon in disguise? What's time to a demon? Like, when you look at demon in his eyes, but how he's saying it in the pain, I'm like, oh, this is insane. You feel me? And y'all hip to who Jamie Alexander is? He didn't like train the B-boys of this generation.
Okay.
So Flavor Flow Studios off of Parsons. Shout out to Jamie.
Alright. Not too far from here.
Yeah, my big bro E, Use Your Ears performance is going to be there this Saturday. I think it's from like 8 to 10, 7, 9, 8 to 10, something like that.
Okay.
That's the next generation. Like, y'all show up, y'all go there, see that performance.
What's his name?
Flavor Flow Studios is a place. Jamie Alexander on the spot.
Okay.
And then Eric Rollin, the one I was talking about, he's the one putting on the show. Like, for Use Your Ears.
Okay.
We got, like, what is it, the kid? I always laugh at his name, but he's insane. Prince Waffle is his rap name. Okay. But he's amazing. King Sabra performing. This kid named Conjure. He fired. Insane. Got a lot of people performing. Who range from like 20 to 15 years old.
So that'll be we looking for too, like the up and comers.
Yeah, y'all got time, bro. I don't even think there's even a charge to get in. Just pull up, go over there. You'll know the spot because it'll not just say Flavor Flow Studios, but it got Huey from the Boondocks, a mural right there on the wall.
Word, up on Parsons. Can't be that far from here if it's off Parsons.
That's not that far from Chef Hero.
Yeah, nah, it's like a minute.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yeah, so there's the Affinity store on the left and on the right, Flavor Flow Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, so go there if you want to see the next generation and how they sound. Some of their sound is shaped by this generation's music, sure, but they all lyricists. Performances is like amazing, and they pens, yeah, they know what they doing.
So the penmanship is there.
The pens, yeah, it's there. And that compared to what I know from back then, I'd say the past generation was influenced by the generation before and the generation that was happening at that time. So when you listen to Copy, I don't know if this is real about him, if he believes this, but you listen to Copy style, I picture MF Doom, not because of the wordplay, but how he clumsy, how he be falling and stumbling into the bars. So when I hear Copy, I hear a mix between Sean Price mouthpiece. He just be saying some wild stuff. And then you sprinkle Eminem in there, not because he's a white rapper, but just because of the zaniness. Okay. You feel me? How zany he is when he raps. So you mix them three together, you like, oh, you probably listen to them. You probably listen. Oh, okay. But you dope. Like I hear what you talk about. You dope. And then I think of Jay. Jay was like, Cool G Rap. That's like, Freestyle King. Like Jay, really influenced by Cool G Rap, because that's what he says. As well as like Royce and a couple other people. and then you listen to Trig. Trig probably like mixed between battle rap, how he like to punch back to back sometimes, and he slick with the words, you know. And then he loved Cole. He loved J. Cole. So you can hear the storytelling.
Most definitely.
In there.
He got that all day.
And he got the R&B sound too, because he could also sing.
Yeah.
Like if you heard on Tears, Alone in My Room, it's fire. That's like a Monica and Brandy song right there. Like, you know, Alone in My Room. Like how he did that, like it's fire. So I feel like there's different styles, but you can tell who probably influenced them somewhat. But when you listen to the students I'm talking about, they in their room figuring out BandLab, how BandLab work, EQ, all of that, how to mix and master on my phone using the app, doing their own thing. And then the kid, he from New York, so you can tell he got some of that sound, but they don't really sound like anybody else. It's like they all in their own room trying to figure out they sound, not anybody else's.
I dig that.
So
it seems like it's more like unorthodox ways being used to make music these days too. You know, where before, like, you know, back in the day, like the 90s, early, you really had to go to the stoop. Like, you really had to know the person, go to the stoop, or they had to set up at the crib. There was like really the only two ways. Now it's like you can make it on the phone. You can just set up in the closet real quick. You can do the whole joint, master everything by yourself. Like, it's a completely different situation. We had I think it might have been Jeremiah. It was somebody who came in recently and was saying that, like, you know, why is I mean, it was Flex, but he was saying, we were talking about like why do like the newer artists aren't really big on freestyle, and like, you know, you sometimes you might kind of put them on the spot or like give them an opportunity to do that, and they be like, nah, not right now, you know what I'm saying, or they got to be the right situation for them and stuff. Whereas back in the day, that was what we did, you know.
Feel me?
You just got to put on the spot. You was gonna have to come up with something, you know what I mean? Whereas now it's like, I think the reason that and you made us, you know, maybe kind of realize this. I think the reason artists don't move like that now is because they don't have to. You can be heard across in other countries without ever leaving your crib. You can just put out some work. Somebody over there can hear it just by streaming it. You don't have to do that anymore. Like before, those were the outlets where you was gonna get noticed at by doing that. Now it's like you can do it without even doing that.
Yeah, but and this is what I train the students on is the freestyle off the dome technique, because it's like, you really could get, like, you ever seen Rhythm and Flow? Alright, so you know how they do have the battle portion.
Yeah.
So, like, in the second season that they got, when they was in the shelter or the basement, where Eminem and Royce was judging, there's a MC who had to freestyle because they forgot their stuff. And so, it just happened.
Yeah.
And so, I feel like, and I know I might sound bold with this, but they're Pampered Warriors nowadays. Who is like, not even keyboard, but Pampered Warriors who are like, oh man, I can watch a YouTube video or I can do this, and it sounds so amazing and dope that I could just put it out. But I don't gotta be battle tested because I don't need to leave my house.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But back then it's like
you had to prove that you was like worthy of the credit.
Yeah, you gotta get active.
Yeah.
And so I try to teach my students, like, if you about to go to these shows and you saying you the best, make sure you specify what you the best at. You might say you got the best punches, best wordplay, best schemes, all of that. But if you just say you are the best, not even best artist, I'm the best rapper, you about be ready. You want to get tested. Because I'm going to step up and cut your head off in the cypher. You feel me? Like, I don't care if I taught you everything I know. I'm bodying you. The moment you start getting out of pocket saying, like, I'm the best rapper. And it's like, I would say that to Trig, Nova, anybody who are my brothers, and be like, the moment they say I'm the best rapper, bro, who rap better than me, I'm like, nice to meet you, sir. Like, how you doing? Just because that's the mentality you gotta have.
Yeah, you got to.
You feel me? Like, it's all glory be to God at the end of the day.
Oh,
and
most
I understand
definitely.
the mission.
Most definitely.
But I'm sending them somebody at the end of the day to go and they start saying stuff, like, you feel me? So,
Oh,
yeah.
for real. Oh, for real. It's a lost art too to be that way though, man. It's just like it's cool. It's dope to hear that because I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Like I was that person. I was never really trying to be striving to be a music artist, but I was at the point where like my homies was always freestyling and rapping. I didn't want to be the one who just was never rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we gonna come up with some bars now. You know what I'm saying? Just so you can be cool too. Like, you gotta just be on that. I don't know how you can really be a music artist, but when I feel like it, basically, you know what I mean, or when the setting is right, I'll be a music artist, you know. So
like, there's a competition recently that was not really a competition, it's like an all-star event at the Cut Records called For the Culture, Beats and Rhymes. And it was, like I said, it was Jay Carey, it's Tim Twice, there's a lot of people up there. And it was me and Kurt Diggler versus like other people. And it got to a point where I'm being like filmed and interviewed by my brother Matthias. And he like, yeah. And I say to Jay, like, about Jay Carey before he pulled up, I'm like, what I said retirement homes is for everybody. And I stand on that. Like, that's my sensei, but we both understand, like, this is a competition.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to go up against OG Triple, but it's like,
if I have to,
you taught me enough to where I'm going to have to fend for myself. And if bodying you means that's how I make you proud, then so be it. You feel me?
It is.
Granted, him and Tim Twice, like, you know, they got the dub for that, but I'm just saying, like, you got to be ready for the sensei and for the student.
What was your thoughts on Drake versus Kendrick?
Woo! People gonna try to kill me for this one. I feel like, what is it? Drop and give him 50? That what that is? Yeah, push-ups. That's what it's for dropping. Yeah. I feel like push-ups, bro, really was like how he had it set up. He's like, I'm Thanos versus these people. Like, this is me, because I'm the number one in the industry. I'm the number one artist. And I agree with the sentiment of, you sold more, you did this because of me and my name. Because when you think about it, like, who else would Kendrick beef with to skyrocket the way he did?
It's the truth. Even when he loses, he wins. Because it's like, the only reason you getting this is because you're beefing with me.
There's nobody else.
There's no one else that it would have went.
Lupe, Jay Electronica, all of them.
And think about that for a second. It's like,
there's reasons.
Did Kendrick, like, really, he smoked out Drake because he was been beefing with Drake for a minute. He smoked him out waiting patiently with the whole Taylor Made and all of that. And so it's like, Drake could say, I won because I baited you.
Yeah.
And you came out because
I made you rap.
Yeah, I made you rap. Like, for real. Like, you hit the Loaded Lux in battle culture. He like, you better rap with me. You gonna have to rap with me. And if it's your best performance, who's reason? Tay Rock, when he battled Charlie Clips the second time, he was like, he said, beating me is what made you legendary.
Yeah. He went URL on it. That's real right there.
He's like, when Tay Rock said, beating me is what made, he's like, tell me who the legend. Beating me is what made you legendary. And so it's like, and when I heard that, I was like, dang. Because that's the battle that people really seen that made Charlie go viral. Is when he beat Rock. Like, he beat Rock so bad, he went viral. And it's like, did he go viral because of how bad he beat Rock or because he beat Tay Rock? You feel me?
Sometimes it's the association.
I tell people all the time if they beat me, I'm like, you're excited going around telling the world you beat me. Who's that say more about? Your skill level or my rapport? You feel me? My reputation. Like, if I beat Jay Carey in a battle, I'm telling everybody named mom. Why? Because the student beat the master. But in the same vein, it's like, does that make me dope, or is it because how well renowned Jay is? So that's how I feel. Both. So that's kind of how I feel about that. But I still think family matters. Meet the Grams. I still think Meet the Grams is insane. Like, going after your like somebody's family tree and penning letters and being like, your father is such and such. Because when Adonis get older, you could just play that to him and be like say Drake neglects him as a father. Like, you know, like, yeah, you're my son, but go play somewhere else. Kendrick, if he really was like that, bro, on some like Kanan stuff off of Power, and was like, yo, here you go, play this real quick. And then he playing is like, I do feel like that. My dad did. He did. I hate my dad now. That's what Kendrick was doing. He was being Kanan. You feel me? That's who he was being. He like, all right, go.
He said, I know your daddy a long time. Trust me, he did that shit.
You feel me? You feel me?
No questions asked.
So you can also see the psychological warfare aspect of it. I feel like Kendrick brought the entire aspect of the art of war, and Drake just was like, I'm gonna try to beat you in a couple of aspects of the art of war. And Kendrick did Drake better. But in the words of Jay-Z, what is it like? You know, imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
It is.
So at the end of the day, in my opinion, Drake the reason Kendrick was able to do what he did. Drake gave Kendrick the ammo, all of that. Like, he
set up the stage.
That's my opinion.
I agree. I think Kendrick was already Kendrick,
Shoot.
but when Drake set up that stage like that, it just put him in a spot to like, bro, if you do this the right way, you could slingshot past him. At least for the moment. You know, for the moment you won the beef, it's presumed he's now the #1 rapper. But we'll see what next year look like. And maybe this thing is just a phase, and then Drake come out with some more heat, everybody right back on Drake. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean?
Microwave society now. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, come follow up with a good album next year. Nobody, I wouldn't be surprised if nobody cares.
This isn't like Nas versus Hov.
You know what I mean?
I seen a post where somebody said, that's Nova's beat right there, but that's my alarm.
Okay.
You love Sunny. I seen a post where somebody said it'll always be Drake over Kendrick. We can sing along to Drake songs, but we don't really know 10 songs that Kendrick can sing along to. Do I agree with that? Not necessarily.
Because he got heat.
Like, you listen to the whole damn album, you can sing along to
Bro
all of that.
got crazy.
You feel me? Like, Kendrick got
definitely
like, we're not
songs.
about to do that.
Yeah.
However, as an artist who freestyles therapeutically on stage, I will create a vacuum for people to be able to sing stuff back to me and stuff, and we'll record it. But I also can see it from an artistry standpoint how you can lose the crowd doing that.
Yeah.
And so I understand what bro was saying in the post. Do I agree with it? Not necessarily, but like I said, I understand Drake got more hits to be able to get off in
For
a way.
sure. I mean, even still with all the hype bro had when he dropped the album, there's a lot of people said they didn't care for GNX because it was like such a different sound from Kendrick for real.
Yeah.
So it was like, it wasn't like it was just a automatic win just because he dropped it. A lot of people was like, I want a fan of this Kendrick for real. So, you know, you kind of get that too, like.
Yeah, which is wild because that's my favorite Kendrick album.
Yeah. Well, really? GNX?
Yeah.
Word.
Because I really felt Pac in that. Not just in Reincarnated, not just in Man in the Garden, but like a lot of it. Pac ain't even from the West, but you know, he stood for you, a symbol of it.
Facts.
And you just really feel the West Coast. And there was a time where all I cared about was West Coast music. And so that's what it brings me a lot of nostalgia, which is why people are like, bro, that ain't even for y'all. That's for the West. And I'm like, that is a great point. It's not even for y'all, it's for the West. But it's so real that people not from the West can feel it.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy because I know people that compare it to Machiavelli.
You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's what I mean. Is like, yeah. So if that was like a homage straight to Pac, like, or just to the West, he did his job. Yeah, for sure.
What's something that resonates with all people from Columbus besides the Buckeyes?
I don't even care for the Bucks. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see.
That's like a perfect thing for music in the back.
It really, that's why I wasn't even tripping about it for a second. I was like,
We've had people come on here and say like how everybody come on and say bro.
Yeah.
Transit Arts.
Transit Arts. Okay. That's a different one.
So I grew up in Transit Arts. That's how I met Jay. And what I mean by that is the arts. Like, you can't go anywhere in Columbus and not see a mural. For real. Like, and I didn't really even keep all of that.
That's
so I started
fire.
walking around.
That's a good point.
And really was like, got even more heavier in the fashion things. Like, oh, that's wrong. And I still want to do this where I want to go around to every mural or art gallery and do a freestyle about it.
Okay.
Like a series, which I'll probably do next year. But so that really hit me. Like, you go to the east side, bro. Like, go to the King Art Center. Like, don't even go inside. Just go around and see like the Martin Luther King and what Lance did and all those, like, on the back of the building. Like, all of that is fire. You go to the north side. Go to Linden. You see some art. You're like, bro, what? I didn't even. When was that there? And so
all up and down High Street. That's
you go to Sullivan. And you go underneath that bridge where there's a bird mural that they got, and they got like a fox on it too, and the lights come on at night. There's art everywhere, bro, in Columbus, for real.
That's real. That's a good point right there. Ain't nobody answered that one yet.
Okay, my next question for you is, what type of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Oh, type of legacy. Well, for starters, my answer will forever be, I want to be able to play a role in winning as many souls for Christ at the end of the day, man. Like, yeah. Whether I'm a pastor in a non-profit organization or in the streets, I want to be able to just be like, God humbled himself into the form of a man and lived amongst the people he created. The creator lived amongst the creation. And he was like, I love you so much, I'm about to go die for y'all and reconcile you back to me so that y'all can have a relationship with me. That's the gospel. And so, and on top of that, he like, y'all can be princes and princesses with me and rule with me. Like, I care about you that much. Like, I love you that much. I want a kingdom to be like, established on earth. So that legacy is first and foremost. And for people to be able to Great Commission, go and teach that, what Jesus taught. And then in a therapeutic and artistic way, I want to leave a long legacy of freestyle MCs. I want to be able to take the tools that Jay taught me and multiply that into, I want not the building, but I want the ecclesia, if you want, like an embassy of freestyle MCs is what I want. I want people to gather together wherever you want. And I don't know if y'all hit the Freestyle Fellowship. From Cali. Okay. I want to be what Micah 9 is to the West Coast. Like, I want to be that here.
Okay.
Essentially. Not even on like, oh, I'm like a freestyle champion. Not even that, bro. Like, he's so raw that he can walk into a building, sit down, and freestyle something, and that person be like, I want to learn from you, and then it just multiplies. That's what I want.
That MC that leads other MCs. Go ahead.
What do you think he was in a previous life?
What do I think I was in a previous life?
Yeah.
If I thought in that arena, I would say probably a Highlander or a samurai, because that's how people say I carry myself. Like, there was a famous samurai, I forget his name, from Africa. I think so. And he changed the game over there. Yeah. So I just feel like how I carry myself and whatnot. That's why it's like Tales of the Pensman. It's like, the pen is my sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. So I just feel like I was doing something, like that possible.
You could write a book right now. What would you title it?
It's already there. It's called The Tales of a Pensman, or Prometheus the Pensman.
There it is.
Yeah.
Already being written?
Yeah.
You're an anime fan too, right?
Yeah, that's it's funny because it's like a manga or whatever of kind of like battle rapping and apologetics, like using battle rap as a form to defend why I believe what I believe. And so I'm going around like being a samurai or a Highlander to other spaces and whatnot. But yeah.
What's your top 5 anime?
Top 5 anime. Man, it's funny. So when I like stop working out consistently, I start watching animes again to get back into it. So I've been watching Baki.
Okay, Baki go hard.
Yeah,
Baki go hard.
Like, so let's see, man, because I'm like definitely not in tune the way other people are nowadays with the new stuff. But it'll probably go Rurouni Kenshin. Then it'll go Yu Yu Hakusho. Then I'll just throw Baki in there. And then of course Dragon Ball Z. Like, I mean, that would have been my number 1, but I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho did something to me. More so than what Dragon Ball Z did to me. So that's 4. And then the 5th one, y'all know what Blue Seed is?
I've heard of Blue Seed.
Heard of Blue Seed? That's like that's next to Tenchi Muyo. That's also like up there.
Okay.
For me. But Blue Seed is like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like this dude, to where he kind of like what Baraka has off of Mortal Kombat, but it's like I think he could like the first Hokage with the roots like come from the ground and stuff, and then he can have like plants or something of that nature come from the ground and attack people.
Word.
I think is what it was, but it's insane. It's
That sounds crazy.
It's raw. It's like up there with Inuyasha and stuff.
I heard you mention Mortal Kombat. Did you have a favorite game growing up? Are you currently playing anything?
Nah, I ain't played video games in years for real. I say favorite video game is probably Dragon's Dogma. Just cause of the monsters and the gameplay. My brother had it, and I would be so angry at him because there was something you did and you couldn't save it. So if you died at a certain spot, you had to start all the way over. He did it a lot, but I know why he did it, to get the mechanics down in the game. But it was still annoying. I hated it. I was like, bro, I don't know when I want to watch you play this anymore. But then I played it, and you can have the rogue character, like, you know, the assassin, which is like my favorite on any RPG is the rogue. And so that was just fire for the monsters, the gameplay, which is dope, sword shields, all of that. But if I'm thinking like franchise, it gotta be Metal Gear Solid. Gotta be.
Crazy storyline.
Yeah.
Crazy storyline.
Gotta be in the Metal Gear Rising, bro. Like riding, like yeah, gotta be Metal Gear Solid.
It's the fact too, where like if you're a person who like actually played all of them, you know, like it's not in order, so you kind of gotta like bounce around to get the story actually in order. Metal Gear is crazy.
And then Final Fantasy 7, like
okay.
Yeah, it's probably like top.
Okay. Didn't they just remake Final Fantasy 7? Did they remake 7?
They did it like multiple times.
Word,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Final Fantasy 7 is crazy.
Okay. You have a message to the Columbus youth? I know you already heavily tapped in with the JVC, but you got like a specific message you want to give to the youth?
Yeah, learn to be a master of your emotions. Because every time I'm in there, what I tell them is, or I ask them, I'm like, are you a master of your emotions? Like, yeah. I'm like, how'd you get in here? And then they think, and I'm like, it's because you weren't a master of your emotions. And what I mean by that is, so there's a parable or a passage, if you will, that talks about being built on sand and things being built on rock. Like having a solid foundation versus a shaky one. When a storm comes, it can wash away the house that's built on sand.
Yep.
And it's very hard to do when it comes to one that has a solid foundation. So make sure you find your solid foundation, and what you built on that, make sure it has an eternal impact and not a temporary one. So that's
message. Woo. Gym right there.
Don't be a menace.
Gym. You feel me? Just dropped them right there. That was game. Now you had mentioned earlier in the episode about the Cut record store. Do you want to shout them out as far as like address anybody there? Because that sounds like something I'm gonna be pulling up to see what it's looking like. So let us know where they can find the Cut records at.
Yeah, I normally know off the top of my head. My bad, Zerd.
Y'all see what's going
the
on.
location, but mainly because it was on the start of the hilltop to now, like I said, it's further down on the hilltop. So if you know where Third Way Cafe is, a coffee shop, it's where Third Way used to be before it went across the street.
Okay.
And that's off of West Broad. Like I said, I forget exactly the address, but it's off of West Broad.
The Cut record store though.
Yep, the Cut record store. Yeah.
Make sure y'all tap in.
It's fire. I think they got something called First Dibs, which I believe is like the first Thursday of every month from like 8 to 10, 8 to 11.
Okay.
They just had that not too long ago, and Rawls was there, I believe. Jay Rawls, shout out to him. You know, him and Talib got a project, The Confidence of Knowing.
Okay.
Which is fired. Oh, bro, alright, I lied. Favorite show that wasn't necessarily mine, I got to rock with the Liquid Crystals project there. They opened for them, and they invited me on stage, so I got to rap real quick for like I think they gave me a 32 bars. And then I got to meet Sky Zoo, and I got to see Sky Zoo rock, and got to see Talib rock. So we're talking about moments. That's probably my favorite moment in 2022.
Okay, top tier moment right there. Let people know where they can find you at. For all of those that don't know, what social media is, let everybody know where to find you.
Yeah, so Prometheus Wade on everything.
How you see it spelled up there? Let's see what's going on.
So that's IG, Facebook. My main Facebook is Padil Cromwell. PENIEL and CRONWELL.
Okay.
But y'all can tap in with me on IG, Prometheus Wade. Working on my LLC business for next year, Promethean Beacons.
Sir.
So just bringing light to the dark places.
There it is.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Freestyle Rap Therapist. So, yeah.
That's gonna be unique right there.
Yeah.
So like, just on a quick, because I'm kind of interested in that. So for the therapist situation, how do you use the freestyles to be a therapeutic practice?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I believe I work for We Amplify Voices, and it's a non-profit arts-based organization off of 1327 Sullivan Avenue.
Okay.
And they have an emotional emoji board that they would allow me to use in certain spaces where I was teaching freestyle rap therapy. So what I did was take the emotional emoji board that has about 25 emotions on it, and that's calm, happy, sad, all of that. And what I do is I'm checking with the students, is what we would do for programming, like how you feel, sad, happy. Okay. That's their MC name for that session. So it's like when I say MC, you say sad. MC, sad. MC, sad. When I say MC, you say mad. So I'm teaching them the art of MCing while also articulating their emotions. And then I'll have them write on the board, a whiteboard, and be like, all right, now I want you to write why you feel this way. So when I say MC, you say sad. MC, sad. MC, sad. Why do you feel this way? And then they rap it. Not understanding that like what we doing right now is rapping, right? Like in the 70s, like, you know, on a radio station. Oh yeah, I'm rapping. Like let me rap with you.
Yeah. Exactly.
See what I'm, So they're just talking.
Yeah.
But it's rhythmic, and they might be like, man, it's deeper than this, and it's deeper than that. Man, I'm cooler than that. You already know I'm flyer than this. Still having metaphors in it.
Right.
So I teach my students, just write it. However you feel, just write it. And they're like, when am I going to learn how to rap? So it's kind of like a Mr. Miyagi technique.
They learn it without realizing.
Yeah. And then when we get to the MCing for real, now automatically they rap.
The foundation's already been set. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's
so
that's some teacher shit right there.
Yeah, so
okay.
that's
okay.
how.
That's tough.
Like at JDC, they get mad at me like, bro, man, let me hear something. I was like, I got you. So we go through what an MC is. I've like adapted 10 fully off of the typical 3, which is move the crowd, master of ceremonies, and a microphone controller. Then it's like, well, movement equals confidence. Memorization equals this and this and this and this and this and this. And then we go through the rules of freestyle, which is about like 10 of them that I've like adapted and created. And they're like, bro, why do I gotta keep like knowing this and knowing this? And I'm like, they start rapping, then people don't really speak anymore because rule number 7, respect the MC. And they're like, hey, bro, respect the MC. And then when new
hold
kids
it down.
and when new kids come in, they tell them the rules.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's an MC? This is what an MC is. So now they got the foundations and the principles.
Yeah, that's neat, bro.
So,
That is game right there. That's hard, y'all. Give us your top 5 on the music too. We gotta know top 5 favorite music artists. Don't have to be specific genre, but just top 5 music
beautiful.
artists.
Okay. I say it goes Jacob Banks. It's probably my favorite. I listen to like heavily all the time. Georgia Smith. A lot of them from the UK. Georgia Smith. Oh man, I love how Dave raps. You know, with the accent and how he be rapping. And then when you over there, like the style in Maltese is like it's cherished more than what it is over here. And because of their accent and how they say things, they really like clumsy with the schemes, with the rhyme schemes and the syllables, which I think is amazing. And then, of course, Black Dot, Lupe Fiasco. I had a chance to meet you, Lupe. Hopefully one day again. And then 5th, man. It's not Kendrick, it's not Drake. That's for sure. It's probably Cole for real.
Cole.
There's a time where I only freestyle for 2 years straight, didn't write nothing. And then I heard Let Nas Down, and I changed my life when I started writing.
Right.
So
That's fire.
Cole for sure got a special place in my heart.
We just got the big hustler just walked in the building. Mastermind clicking this mug. You know what's going on. Yes, sir. But so it's been a pleasure, Prometheus, you being in the studio with us today.
Appreciate you.
Do you have any closing words with us before we get out of here?
Go learn about Plato's allegorical cave. Because it's Prometheus Wade speaking to slaves who be sleeping in graves, seeking the shade and the bathe, and Jesus' gaze. That's about it.
We're going to leave it there. Until the next time, y'all. Central High creators, Prometheus Wade. We out.